Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining today. Today, we will have the second meeting for the X-Culture Global Business Week in Poland. So I hope you guys have a great time. So at first, let me introduce Pavel, right? Pavel wasn't here in the last meeting, so probably it's good if he says a couple of words.
Okay, so thank you, Rafa. Hello, everyone. My name is Paweł Pasierbiak, and I'm the host lead faculty at the UMCS. So I'm professor of international economics, and we are organizing with our team your stay here, and I'm happy you were selected for this event. So I'm excited about this event coming, and I hope you feel the spirit of our place, and you are welcome to join us here in Lublin, and very soon we'll meet in person. It's more or less a month. Yeah, thank you, Rafa.
Thank you, Pavel. So let me start share my screen so we can start the presentation. Okay, can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Love the design.
Thank you. So as Pavel said, he will be the professor host, and also Maria Curie Skłodowska University will be our university host for this event. So let's start the session. So for today, we will do a sneak peek to UMCS and also Lublin. There will be a couple of videos. I will talk about the updates, roommates and hotels, your teammates, a team charter that's going to be done by Team Move. And here we'll also talk about the company webinars, BNY Mellon, and we will also introduce the ambassadors and a survey that you guys will need to do it by this weekend, okay? And also we will launch the Slack channel so you guys can start to interact with each other. And by the end, we will open the session for a Q&A, okay? So let's start. So first, maybe, Pavel, do you want to say a couple words about Marie Curie Skłodowska as well?
Yes, sure.
And then I can share the video.
Yeah, of course. Yes, UMCS is the biggest university on the eastern part of Poland. So as you can see, we have several faculties and almost 20,000 students. So we are general university. We are not focused on economics, for example. So I work at the Faculty of Economics and will host you at our faculty actually, but of course in our university too. So yeah, we have quite long tradition. The university was established in 1944. So up to now we have more than 250,000 graduates, and one thing important I would say is that the university is quite internationalized. I mean, in the research, but also in like didactic. So we have plenty of students, and I think a few years ago we were the most internationalized university in Poland. So we offer quite broad variety of curricula studies. So you can choose, or students coming can choose from many different fields of studies. So yes, and maybe about some information about my faculty. We are one of the biggest faculties together with the Faculty of Law and Administration. We have 2,500 more or less students at the faculty, and we offer some courses in English, but entire studies also programs in English too. So we are again trying to internationalize our activities, and step by step we are doing so, and one of them is like hosting this X-Culture Symposium here in UMCS and Lublin too. Okay, I don't know if I have more time, probably not.
No, unfortunately not.
Yeah, okay, but yeah.
So just maybe just one thing that I found very interesting in the website is that you guys have one 1 year preparatory course for foreigners, right, who wish to study Polish. So
Yes, that's true. Although Polish is not the easiest language to learn, but yes, we are prepared. And some people do. Some people do that kind of course, and they prepare, and then they can study in Polish. Yeah, so that's true.
okay, thank you, Pavel. So let me start. Let me share my screen so I can share you the video that I have for you guys.
Just a quick update. So I asked everyone to indicate what countries we have here today and what time zones are. So we have dozens of countries. So we have Italy, Ghana, the United States, the Philippines, India, Canada, obviously all around the United States, Grenada, Scotland. Lots of places. And so we have some people like those in Vancouver who had to wake up at 8 a.m. I'm sorry for that, guys. And we have some people in India where it's already late at night. And then Australia and New Zealand, I assume, already sleeping too late for them. So quite a geography here. Barcelona, Portugal, so very nice.
Thank you. So right now I will just share a video about UMCS so you guys can take a look on how it will look like there. Okay.
Hello, I am Robert Aineviona and I work for the Welcome Center UMCS. Also, I am a student at the Faculty of Political Science in the doctoral program, and today I would love to show you about this beautiful city of Lublin. Come with me. In Lublin, you have an amazing opportunity to visit some of the most charming museums in the eastern part of Poland and learn about the rich history of this city. Today, I and other students will give you a short tour of Lublin. Lublin is the biggest in eastern Poland, and it was granted municipal status as far back as 1317 and city status in 1474. It is a mix of the old and new structures. For instance, from the Lublin Castle built by Casimir the Great, now a museum, you can enjoy the old and new contemporary art exhibited within its walls. It is home to exhibitions on inventions, traditions, tools, and most importantly, history and the unification of Poland. It's a worthy activity for the art connoisseurs and meeting new people. In addition, you have a panoramic view of the whole city atop the castle tower, and you can leave with a memorable selfie. Not far from the castle, you can take a walk through the old town and visit some of the richly decorated Renaissance buildings and religious monuments. If you're interested in more modern architecture and art, then definitely you have to visit the various exhibitions showcased at Spotkania Centrum Kultury. I would love to invite you to Lublin City, which is the home of Marie Curie Skłodowska University and also the cultural capital of Eastern Poland. See you soon, guys, and welcome to Lublin.
You're muted, Rafa.
Yeah.
Rafael?
Oh, okay. Sorry. Thank you. So right now, I will show a little bit of a video regarding Lublin, so you guys can sneak peek as well, okay? Let me share my screen again. Okay, as you can see, there are a lot of places to visit, right? So who is already excited to go? So let's continue to the presentation. Can you guys see my screen?
No.
No.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. So it was the video. So next. Oh, actually, wait a minute. I'm missing the buttons here. 1 second.
So in the meantime, I can say that it was only a part of what you can experience in Lublin. So some of participants already came to our city and they can confirm, but in a month you'll see it in reality.
Okay. Thank you, Pavel. So right now we are going to talk about the updates for the Global Business Week. Okay. So right now, you guys were supposed to have received your roommates and also your hotel's arrangement. The email is supposed to have this subject. So your roommate for ex-culture in Poland and then your name. Okay. Let me share how it will exactly look so you guys can be aware. But if you didn't receive this kind of email, please send me a message so I can send you right away who are your roommate and also which hotel are you in. Okay. So basically, the email will look like this. Okay. So as I mentioned, the subject here and then your name. Here, the hotel, the address, the phone number of the hotel, and also your roommate name and address. So seems like I got lucky, so I'll be staying with Dr. Vaz, right? Right, Dr. Vaz? Is that lucky or I'm not lucky? It's unlucky. What?
Lucky, I guess, but
We're all staying with Dr. Vaz, all
yes,
of
yes,
us.
yes,
Okay.
and I'm
so,
afraid my mighty snore may be audible outside our room too. So you all may suffer that.
oh, good. Oh, good. So if you guys didn't receive this email, please let me know so I can resend you again. Okay. Okay. So I'm not sharing again, right? I'm having some issues on sharing everything. Okay. So for the students, you guys will be staying at the Hotel Campanile, Victoria, and also Wieniawski. Okay. There will be 4 ambassadors per hotel. So you guys need any assistant, you can also contact the hotel staff and the ambassador that will be staying with you. Okay. Oh, since Karen will be able to join us, that's good. Okay. The updates for teammates. You are also supposed to have received the email with your teammates, and here is the subject: your teammates for ex-culture in Poland, and then your name. Okay. In that email, you will also find a survey. So just to understand if you have already contacted them, and just to make sure that everything is working out for you. Okay. The deadline is this Sunday, so make sure to submit it by then. Okay. Okay. Is there any questions so far? Let me see the chat. Okay. Okay. I can, for those who didn't receive the teammates, I can check later and send you a email, okay? So do not worry. So right now, I call Tim to talk about the team charter and also the company webinars dates. Hey Tim, are you there?
You're muted, team.
Muted.
Where is Tim? I cannot
No,
see.
we can't hear you, team.
Okay, thank you. Sorry about that.
No
So I was saying
problem.
we're on Zoom, so it's hard to show that I'm excited, but I'm really excited about this. It's been what, 3 years, I think, since we've got together. So this is going to be a really fun experience. One thing we wanted to do was try out a team charter. And Rafi, I'm not sure if you've got it there while we're talking, if we can show it. but it's a very simple document that we're asking each team to put together with the name of your team, which
Can
I'll
you
come
see
back
it?
to in a second.
Can you see my screen?
I can see, yes, thank you
Okay.
very much. The reason for selecting that team name, team members, and then the important information, the purpose of your team. That may be everything from some teams are really competitive and they want to win this thing. So they're going to tell us, hey, we're all excited, we're going to work hard. Other ones might want to just have a good time and do a good job for the client, but maybe not kill themselves and be the most competitive. But why is your team getting together? How do you plan to communicate? How you hold each other accountable? And I don't know about you, sometimes like some of the ambassadors like Mata and Smata and some of those guys, they don't always do what they tell us they're going to do. So we got to hold them accountable. And then the last, if you happen to have a team leader, you don't have to, but document that. But the cool part of this, besides the team charter, is what we want you to do on the team name in terms of working with your teammates. Come up with something every one of you have in common and blend that into your name. And be really, really creative. You know, as Voss had said, we got people from around the world. I think, what, 35 countries.
Yeah.
And even the
Every
ones that from
continent, every single continent represented, including even some major island groups.
all right, even cooler. Even cooler. And everybody, even from the same countries, are going to have different interests and stuff like
Oh,
that.
true.
And to give you an example, what you can't use, I was talking to a group a while back that we did this team charter. And what they did is a simple thing for the team name was they asked each of the students their favorite color. And then once they got that, they blended that together to whatever color that made, and that was their name. Now, I know you guys can do a lot better than that, but you know, the sky is the limit, whatever you want to do. And last thing, to make it really, really fun and interesting, we're asking you next week as part of the survey to submit a not to exceed 60-second video where you explain how you got your name. And again, be creative. You know, maybe one person narrating, it may be a couple of you, it may be like a commercial, however you want to convey that to us. And with Raphael's help, we're going to share those videos with all the teams so that between now and then, some of the folks that may not be on your teams you don't know, at least you get to meet their teams and learn something about their personality, how they came up with the team name. So I think you're going to enjoy this one. Good way to get to know each other.
Okay, thank you, Tim. So let's continue. Right now, I would like you to just give a recap of the company that we have for the program.
Sure. And Raphael, at this point, they have not got their team assignments yet. Is that correct?
Not yet, not yet.
Okay. All right. All right. So we have 4 really cool companies. First, thanks to Pavel and his team there, Monica and other folks, of finding these companies that they must have talked to, I don't know, maybe 10, 15 companies, trying to figure out the 4 best that would work for this particular event that we're doing. And I'll start with Laboratory and Notoria. But they make supplements. My favorite, they make gummy bears. And they're a contract manufacturer making them for other folks. So I'm going to go there and eat as many gummy bears as I can. I think they got different flavors too, Pablo, right? So I like root beer. We'll see if they got that. Then we have another one, which is a favorite one of mine. They make Polish food, Master Media. So hopefully on those tours, you get a lot of food to eat. But both of those companies manufacture their products in Lublin. So when you do the factory tours, if that's one of your teams assigned to, you're going to see them making this stuff, hopefully sampling it. But both fascinating companies. The third one, Medicept, makes cleaning products and antiseptics, initially for hospital use, and they thrived during the pandemic, as you might expect. And they also manufacture their products there, and they distribute it throughout the world, which is why all 3 of those folks, which are based in Poland, I'd say most of their business right now is probably Central European, but they really have aspirations of growing it. So you get to meet real live Polish companies and help them expand throughout the world. And the last one's really, really interesting. It took me a long time to figure this one out. I'm still not sure I have, but it's an engineering company that's developing a robotic system, arm, if you will, to do certain kind of surgeries. and they've got the first prototype right now, and they want to figure out how to take that to market. So it's going to be a really cool project, more of a startup kind of thing. You know, working with a group of engineers, very smart engineers, software folks, putting together a solution which could be really life-changing for a lot of patients. But they're earlier stages, so they got a lot of hoops to jump through. And as you go to different countries, as you might expect, getting a medical product accepted by the local authorities could be a very long and challenging process. So they want our help figuring out where they should go with this to get accepted and being used in hospitals. And you'll meet the company management while we're there. You'll get a tour of the factory. Then when we present, some of their management will be at the presentations. So these are presentations you're making to the company. They're all excited about what you're doing. They think you're really, really smart. Pavel and I lied to them. We told them you're like the smartest people in the world. So they want your ideas, and they probably will implement many of these. All right, thank you for the schedule, Buffy. So here's a schedule of the webinars, which you're going to get your first opportunity. So you'll be getting the actual challenge document in the next, day or two, something like that, Rafi?
Yes. We hope
Thanks
so.
thanks again to Monica and Shristi and Pavel, who did a wonderful job working with the companies, writing this, putting it together for you. So you'll get that. Make sure you read that and review it. Maybe even have a team call before the webinar to come up with some questions. Then the webinar dates and times you see there are all in Eastern Daylight Time. And the company management will present some of the information that's in the document. Also be looking for questions. So don't let us down. Make sure you don't waste this opportunity. Don't sit there and look at your screen. If you got questions and they've got time for them, please ask them. Because some of these companies, they may not be used, companies operate similar to the ones in your region. So try to understand how they operate, what their goals are, and as much information as you can gather there. And you'll get your next opportunity to talk to them when you're in Lublin. So you're going to have about 3.5 weeks to work on your own after this call. But don't miss this call. Very, very important. If for some reason you can't make it, I believe we're recording all of them. So you'll get an opportunity to do it later. But make sure at least one, if not all your teammates are there and have some questions ready to ask. Thank you, Rafi.
Thank you,
There is
team.
a question. There is a question whether teams choose a company or they will be assigned one. And I see the answer from Madalena that the teams don't have a choice; they will be assigned a company. But just to make sure that it's answered. So is that correct?
That is correct. We're going to assign the companies to the teams.
Mm-hmm. There is one more thing that I would like to add, if I may, about the team charter. So we actually did a study and published a paper not long ago where we had, I think it was 4 semesters, where we tested every possible way the effects of team charter on teams. And so as Professor Muth said, it's a very, very good idea to have that discussion to figure out what your goals are, who does what happens if somebody is not doing the right thing. So basically that discussion is extremely valuable and important to the team as you are setting up your sort of process. Likewise, it allows you to better understand each other's strengths, weaknesses, who should be doing what. There was, however, one negative effect that we found, and I think there is a easy fix, so to speak. But so what we found was that in the semesters when we did use the team charter, teams were a little bit more sort of locked into a pathway. And every time the team deviated from that pathway, there were conflicts. So there was a little bit more tension in the team when the team charter was signed. And as I said, when we interviewed the students, it seems like the team loses a little bit of flexibility when they have sort of a written contract. So a little deviation, a little, sort of slow down on somebody's part, and people say, hey, we signed a contract, you're supposed to do it. So the fix here would be to remain flexible. And so if along the way you discover that maybe some schedule needs to be adjusted, or maybe the workload distribution needs to be adjusted, or maybe somebody else is more suitable for a specific role, remain open to the, to the need of some of those changes. In fact, in the team charter, I would even say maybe even specify how you would be adjusting to some, new realizations or realities. So if, a month or 2 weeks in, you discover that some of the things you agreed on earlier may not be working. So maybe even discuss a process for how you will be flexible about those things and how you will make changes. So the team charter is extremely useful sort of as a battle plan. But as a famous general once said, no battle plan survives the first contact with the enemy. So same thing here. So you may be planning very, in much detail what you will be doing, but once you start working on it, things may go a little bit differently. So remain open and flexible to some of the possible necessary changes. So, but definitely a good idea to have that plan in place, even if it needs to change later.
Thank you, Vas. So just to reinforce what Tim said, the company challenge will be released today or tomorrow at latest, and also the assigned challenge that your team will be taking care of. Okay, so be aware of your email. You will receive it soon. Okay, so let's continue.
And I think I can honestly say that it doesn't matter which team you get. Everybody's going to find that company very interesting. And the challenge is going to push you guys. I keep hearing you're the best of the best. And we will see with this one, because I think each one's got some interesting kind of differences about them. So it's not going to be a straightforward answer. And where you choose to go and how you choose to get there with them is going to be a different route for each company, for each one.
That's true. That's true.
Thank you.
Tim, there is a question in the comments, if I may also ask. So are we going to visit any of those companies, and will people have to, or will have an opportunity to visit only the company for which they work, or will they have an opportunity to see more of the companies, even if they particularly are not assigned to that specific client?
Yeah, the idea is that each team would visit their company. Because we'll probably have, I forgot what day it was, Leilani, but
Yes.
there's one day afternoon that each team's going to go to their plant visit. So you only see that particular company. Yeah, Leilani, sorry.
And let me tell you, one of the logistics reasons for that.
Yeah.
Most companies don't have the facility to accommodate such a large group, especially in countries where, this is not a huge manufacturing facility, for example. These are mid-sized companies. They're going global. They're scaling. We're helping them scale. So each one, the reason why you have such great access to leadership is because they are mid-sized company becoming bigger, growing and scaling. So one luxury that we have is we have access to their leadership. The expense of that is it's not a huge factory where they have a facility for 150 people. So keep that in mind. Second thing is that
Leilani, to that, so we've had clients like JCB, like the Home Depot, like Mercedes-Benz, huge, gigantic factory, one of the biggest in the world. And even there, it was impossible to have a large group in the production facilities. I mean, there is a lot of moving equipment and stuff like that. Right. So that's just a necessity. And in Italy, we did have 3 company visits, and we had to decide which one we go to. I had a major fear of missing out. I chose the company that makes shoes or shoe soles. And I was so happy first. I thought, okay, I want to see the manufacturing. And then we come back and my friends and my wife and others tell me they went like to wine production, for example. So basically, you never will be happy because, you always feel like you missed something, but there is no other way to do it because with such a large group.
The second reason, and really this is the most important one, is that we have you for 7 days. Your schedule is already packed full of fun. And if I have to take you to 4 tours in 4 different companies, something else has to give, right? So we only have occupancy for 40 people, and we only have time for one of those visits. So, and then also be mindful of the space. So whatever, like just think of it as being given to you as a sign of God. Whatever you got, really be happy and excited about it and give it all you've got, okay? This will not happen for you again. Every time I run one of this, everyone is different. The people are different. The location is different. The companies are different. I want you to really be in the moment, be present with your company, and really love what you've got, okay? Don't waste your time doing the FOMO. It's a waste of time, okay?
But here's what I promise to you guys, even if you don't get to visit the factories, we're going to try very hard to get samples of the gummy bears, the master media food. And Dr. Pavel and myself will also operate in a few of you with the Akuria system. So if you get out of line, they send you us, we're going to try out the system, see how it works. I'm just kidding. You can't tell me. All right. So the last thing, really, really exciting, that we have been talking to a corporate customer about helping sponsor and have some people at this event while we're there. And we have just heard that Bank of New York Mellon is going to be that particular individual company for this X-Culture extravaganza. And they've got a large operation in Europe and offices within Poland. At this point, they're probably sending 2, maybe 3 people that will spend about 2 days with us towards the end of the X-Culture. So you'll have plenty of time to meet them, interact with them. They'll probably make a few presentations. But what we want to show you is a short video that they use for recruiting purposes. And Raphael, if you could let it roll.
Yes, wait a minute.
Mellon.
Let me get the video here. Where is it? Too many.
They have a big internship program and they hire graduates.
Okay.
Great. And that video, that's what I want your video to be like when you introduce your team name. In this particular video, Voss wrote the music, and I think Pavo did the pictures. Good job. So I expect your video to be at least that good, if not better. All right, Robbie, I'll cut me off. I'll go
Tim,
mute.
can you just give them some highlights about why Bank of New York Mellon is joining us, and what opportunities may be available to our students?
Well, first, thanks to one of your ambassadors. They have a parent that works there that helped us with the very, very initial contact. But then we did a lot of selling about, we're going to have 130 to 140 of the best students around the world in one place for 1 week. What a great opportunity. And, the more we talked to them, they got very excited. Because right now, the folks we know are coming are from their human resources department in Europe, and they cover Europe, Middle East, and Africa. But we've talked also to officials in the United States. So they saw this as a wonderful opportunity to meet young people, which they would hire at some point, and get to interact with them. Also, they were intrigued by what was going on in Lublin. In fact, one of the folks I was talking to was from Poland, said, why Lublin of all cities in Poland? Why not Warsaw, other ones? And we explained that one. So they're really intrigued about what's going on here. And maybe, I don't know, I got my fingers crossed, a bigger partnership develops. But for this thing, they're going to put their toe in the water. Great lesson for all the students. We didn't know who was going to do what. We talked to a lot of different companies. This one came about, and they're sending folks at least for the 17th and 18th. So they'll probably be judges at your presentations. Plenty of time for you to talk to them. They'll probably make some presentations to you. They're going to be at the gala. So take that opportunity to meet the folks, talk to them, find out what the bank's about, leave them a resume, whatever. But a lot of different things, Dr. B. And we'll see where it goes from there. Don't be shy.
You guys, if you want to join a global corporation, the Bank of New York Mellon This team is coming out of London. This is a great opportunity for you to introduce yourselves. The team that's coming out to us, it's the human resource management team. It's the hiring team. So if you want to work for a global bank, this is the place to do it. Okay? It's a great place to get started.
Thank you.
I will
Sure.
also add to that on the one hand, we cannot promise that you will get job offers or internship offers from your client companies. Obviously, most of you won't. On the other hand, every single time we do have people who impress their clients enough that they do get some sort of offers. We had several people hired by DHL in the past, all kinds of companies basically. So there is always someone who makes a strong enough impression that they get some sort of an offer. We even sometimes have this funny serendipitous encounters, and Tim probably will be laughing here, or I guess everyone remembers it. So the last meeting in Panama City a few months ago. So we had our client company and everything, but then we had the elevator pitch competition. And so this is the competition where we are in the elevators, the judges, and the students walk in one by one and pitch themselves as potential employees or people with ideas to the pretend client company. And so we are in the elevator as judges pretending to be managers. And then one of the students walks in and says, hey, I want to work for your company, and he names the company. And we have guests, since it's in the hotel, guests are also in the elevators, going up and down. And so he says, I want to work for the consulting company, Deloitte, I believe he said. And there is some guest, like a woman who looks like, I don't know, about my age, maybe a little older. And she says, how did you know I work for this company? We're like, we didn't know. And she says, Tim explains that it's a competition and we're just pretending. And she says, I actually work for the company. And so the student pitches to the lady. And she says, oh, that's actually not too bad. So maybe you should contact me. And then she didn't leave him the card. So she didn't have the card. So he spent like the rest of the trip trying to find her somewhere around, the hotel facilities so he can continue with his job interview. But sometimes even that happens. So be prepared. Don't expect that you'll get a job offer just because you show up. But if you show up and do the job, you actually may end up with some interesting leads that may change your whole career path.
And if I can add one other thing, boss, I want to show you guys on Zoom. I don't know if you will see it very well, but when I talk about thinking outside the box, being creative when you deal with your companies, a couple of years ago when we were in Calgary, one of the teams had Lake Louise, and they were trying to figure out how to expand the skiing market into certain marketplaces and different demographics. They're trying to get younger people. And one of the teams came up with this really cool thing. They had a wonderful idea, a wonderful presentation. Now, I don't know if you can see this, but this is a chocolate bar that they had made up before the competition. It says Lake Louise chocolate. So they made this wonderful presentation. At the end, they then gave this to the client. You can imagine how impressed the client was. Not only the team thought about it, they had it made up ahead of time, and then they gave them out at the presentation. And the company said, my God, you put that much time, effort, and thought into it? That was amazing. The amazing thing is I have not eaten it in 3 years. I've saved it so I could show it to you today. And you
That is really amazing, because this man, if there's a cookie or a candy around him, he's like the Cookie Monster. Everything gets eaten.
That's why we have the food companies.
Amazing.
Gummy bears. But I just show it to you in terms of, when you think outside the box, you got to do the preparation, you got to do the analysis, the research, but some pizzazz with the presentation, something for the judges to remember you, never hurts. So there's the candy. Can you guys see it? I got a bunch of thumbs down. All right. No, all right. I got one. Good. Back to you, Raphael. I'm done.
I'm thinking now, Tim, maybe we should prepare some sort of an overview of the best presentations and ideas from the last years so that you guys can build upon that success and develop even better stuff. Like, for example, this candy, that's a great example. We had teams that developed like a full-blown like TV commercial done so well that it literally could be used right there. Like that same MP4 file can go directly on TV. So it was done very well. We had some extremely creative one-page handouts to the clients before the presentation. Again, like marvels of design and graphics. So maybe I should, maybe I'll do that. I'll collect all of the things that I've accumulated over the years, great ideas. both to kind of give you an idea of what's possible, but also to set a high bar, but also so that you don't sell yourself short. Because again, once you see what's possible, it doesn't have to be a boring presentation where you just stand and share your ideas. It can be turned into a show with some props, with some things that you give to the clients. Basically, watch a lot of Shark Tank before you go there, so you see how other people pitch their ideas. Hopefully, you'll be also equally effective at that kind of showmanship.
Well, I saw one of my students online. I know he's bored to death, but I always talk to students about telling a story. Wrap your presentation in a story. There's an opening, there's the middle, and there's the close. But what holds that all together? And all of us remember stories, right? So don't get up there and do the boring presentations.
Right.
Hi, I'm Sally. This is my presentation.
I think also that we need to remind the students that you don't have a long research paper this time. All of your energy is going to get focused on your pitch, the delivery, and what interesting, creative marketing strategy, merging strategy, expansion strategy, whatever it is, how you can pitch that in a better way. And remember that you have 2 pitches, right? Your first pitch is going to be to faculty, and your second pitch is going to be for your actual company. And we'll help you along the way. You're also going to be assigned ambassadors who will be monitoring you and helping you along the way. So again, your energy is going to be focused on the actual pitch. That's where all your eggs are going.
Just to clarify, both those pitches are equally important. That while we said faculty, there may be folks from Mellon there. And if Pavel, Monica, and I can convince the client, they may send people both days. So the goal is these are 2 real live important presentations, and they count equally. The reason we're doing 2 is we think that you'll improve a lot from one to the other. Because sometimes people get nervous and stuff like that, but they're equally important. So I urge you to rehearse while you're together there and knock it out of the ballpark with both of them. Hey, Voss, just one question, one comment on yours. I don't want the student, we'll share some things with you, but don't let that constrain you, because the best ones are ones we would never think of ourselves. If you look around us, besides me, because other folks are kind of like a little bit older than you, I'm way older than you. So the things that interest us and that would make us think this is great is not the same things you guys are.
Yeah.
So don't be constrained. These are just ideas we've seen. You're going to come up with better ones yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, let's continue. Otherwise,
You got it back, Raphael.
we'll lose on time. Okay. So right now, I call Madalena to introduce you guys the ambassadors for this program. Okay.
Okay. Hi, everybody. I'll be very quick. Rafa, I don't know if you can share your screen again. Do you have the ambassadors' pictures? Yeah. Okay. Okay, so here, okay, you see the ambassadors team. As you can see, there are 12 ambassadors, everybody from, so each ambassador comes from a different country. And each team will be assigned 1 ambassador. And as Dr. B said, basically, in case you have any question, any doubt, in case you have any issue, feel free to reach out to your ambassador first. And then, of course, also Rafael Tamashiro and I will be always available per email or on Slack. And Dhruv will explain us in a minute how Slack works. Slack will be our primary means of communication. But of course, you're also free to create WhatsApp groups together with your ambassador. And yes, as I said, feel free to ask your ambassador anything you want, because ambassadors can also help you with the company challenge you're working on, and can also help you be prepared for the event once you arrive in Lublin. And by the way, we are going to organize a Q&A meeting, I think 2 weeks before the event starts, so that you will have the chance to meet the ambassadors team as a whole. And you will also meet Pavel's students who are helping us with everything that must be prepared, of course, in advance. And during the Q&A session, you will have the chance to ask any question you want. And if you still have any doubt, we will be happy to answer you. You will also receive the final program at least, I think, in a couple of weeks. And in the program, you will find the packing list you need to prepare for the event. And we also received some emails about dress code. So the ambassadors will organize also a separate meeting about dress code. And during this meeting, we will show you examples of dress code. So what does it mean to dress business casual? What does it mean to dress just casual, so that you will be prepared also as clothes are concerned. And yes, then during the weekend, Rafa, if you want, you can go on with the presentation.
Just one thing to add.
Yes.
From the ambassadors group, we also have 3 ambassadors that knows how to speak Polish. Okay.
Polish, yes.
If you guys have any issues regarding language, you guys can contact them. It's Denise, Eva, and also Rafael. And
yes,
besides them, there will be also a couple of students, and Maria Curie Skłodowska students that will be helping us with this kind of matter as well if needed. Okay.
Yes, in case of emergency, of course. Yes, thank you, Rafa. You can reach out to either these 3 ambassadors or to the Polish students as well. Yes, and I was saying that during the weekend, you will receive an email with a survey where you will be asked several questions that are very important for us to prepare the event correctly. And you will be asked again your full name, your date of birth. This info must be provided actually as soon as possible. You will probably receive 2 separate links, one for your date of birth and the second for all the rest, because we need your dates of birth as soon as possible for our insurance policy. And then you will have to confirm your passport information and your arrival times at Lublin University campus. Then we beg you to advise if you have any allergy or a particular food restriction. So that is to say, don't write us things such as I don't like cheese on meat, okay? But write us if you are allergic to a specific food, because this is extremely important for us. And you will have also to provide us with your health insurance, and you will have to send us the civility agreement you received together with your acceptance letter, right, Rafa? So they already have this document. You must provide us with the signed civility agreement. You will have to upload it on the link you will receive their email. Then you will have to write us also your next of kin contact information. That is to say, in case anything wrong happens, with whom we must speak. And as you may already know, we are going to organize on Sunday an intramural day. That is to say, we're going to perform several sports activities. And therefore, we are asking you which sport you prefer. And because you will be practicing sport, we need also a sport liability. And that is to say that you will have to upload a specific document the ambassadors will send you. in order to tell us that you are allowed to practice sports without any kind of issue. If you have even here any kind of problem, please let us know. Not only we will practice sports during the intramural day, we will also organize other activities that are not related to sport, so don't be afraid. You won't be excluded on that day if you're not able to practice sports. And yes, that's it from my side, I think.
Mada, just one thing. The students didn't receive this civility agreement. We need to send to them, and then they will
It's
sign.
not included. Okay.
Yeah, Mada, just send a blanket one all together with the sports liability, and then anything that needs to be signed, including.
Yes. Okay. Yes, we already prepared. So the ambassadors, Denise and Louise, already prepared a form with all these questions, and I think also with all these additional documents we will double check it in order to be sure to have added also the civility agreement. But the most important thing here is that students will probably receive, as I said, 2 separate links, one for the date of birth, because we need this info as soon as possible, and the second link for all the rest, so that they have more time to tell us the additional information.
We also need, Madalena, we also need the sports intramural day information, so add that on, because Pablo's team needs to start reserving facilities for what our students.
Okay. So so one link for date of birth and prepare the sports liability, and the other link for all the rest. Okay, we will change. Okay.
So right now, is Dhruv already joined here? I didn't see here. Wait a minute. Let me check. Dhruv is here. Hello, Dhruv.
Have him put his hand up.
Wait a minute.
Here, I got him.
Okay.
Okay, he's in. You see him?
Not yet.
I just let him in.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, Dhruv. So right now, we are going to launch the Slack channel. So Dhruv will explain a little bit on how everything works and how you guys can hop in. Okay, Dhruv?
So I cannot share my screen at the moment.
Okay, let me see. Can you share it now?
Yes, I can share it now.
Okay.
Perfect. So first of all, sorry for being late. I had a different time for this session in my mind, but thankfully Rafael texted me it's today and right now, and I joined immediately. Okay, so I'm gonna share my screen now. Let me know if you can see it. And we have created a quick guideline for you to how to use Slack. So it will be much more easier. Even after this session, you can use this guideline to go through it again. And so first of all, it's a platform for communication, just like WhatsApp, but much more better than WhatsApp. Because here your conversations can be organized based on what you are discussing, with whom you are discussing. For example, if you are in a team of 4, you can have a dedicated channel for that. So you can go through this jargon of what is Slack and how it is better, what all you can do into it. And I will quickly start with the step 0. First of all, how to sign up for it. So you have to do is go to slack.com and sign up for it to create an account with your existing Gmail ID, or maybe create a new ID with your institutional email ID, however you feel like. Once you have created an account here, you can download an application from Apple Store or from Play Store if you're using Android to use this platform just like WhatsApp. And then once you have this application in your mobile phone, which is more handy, you can join our business week, our X-Culture Global Business Week workplace. You will be receiving this link along with this PDF. Once you click on that, you will be given a magic link, like you will receive a magic link through your email ID. And then you have to do some, like click on that magic link on your email ID, and then you will be signed in. And then now I'm going to show you how it works on my browser. So first of all, I will close this one and open slack.com. And if you have already an account on Slack, it will show all the linked workspaces you have. So let's open the Global Business Week workspace on Slack. And you can also use it on your web browser if you don't want to install it on your PC. For me, I use on browser and on my mobile phone. So whenever I have to reply, I can quickly reply on my mobile phone. Then once you open up, you will have this announcement channel by default over there. And if now I'm going to show you side by side, so it's easier for you to follow up. And it's easier for you to see, like, okay, it's not something different. It's exactly the same thing. So members in the channel, you click over here, you will see all the members in the channel. The channels, all the channels you have, if you will be added to your respective teams over here. So here we have a team for ambassadors. Then if you are having, let's say, team A or team B, you will be given a dedicated team for that. If you are faculty members, you will have a dedicated team for that, which will be private. So only you will be able to access it. And then there are some common channels, for example, announcements, community board, which will be accessible to everyone. For example, flight times and logistics, so that you can see who is coming around the same time duration when you are coming, or you can then tag along with them to start from Lublin, from Warsaw airport to Lublin. It will be easier for you to tag along. Then if you have any Q&A, any questions and answers, you can definitely put them over here, and any of the ambassador or the admin members can answer your queries over here. Okay, so these are the channels. Then this is your list of colleagues. Well, and over here you can directly message them. For example, let's say I have to message Bia and say, hey Bia, I need your help. Now, she will be receiving this notification, and she can definitely reply to me. Now, she can also react over here. Yeah, sure. Or like, for example, if I gave it as variable do it, then yes, with a thumbs up. Or if you want to say thank you, then she can, if there's an emoji for thank you, yeah. No, I think we have to update our emoji list. I can definitely work on that. But we can add some more cool emojis for you to make it more fun and awesome. And then this is quite easy, I think, for most of you, because you have been using a reaction on LinkedIn post or on your Facebook post, so it should be easy for you. Next, I will show you at the channel, like, for example, if you are over here, community discussion board, if you want to, or maybe in the question and answer, let's see, for example, I have a question for everyone. Hey guys, when is the gala planned? Or can anyone send me the schedule? I couldn't find it. So whatever it is, then I send it. I will notify everyone across 5 time zones who all are in this particular channel. For example, in this channel, we have only 6 members, 7 including me. and then they can reply within the thread. And this won't increase the number of messages, like it won't bulk up with so many responses, and then people might lose the main message. So that is one thing of replying under thread and reacting to it. Is there any question? No. Great. So again, coming back to the community discussion board over here, Carlos has already prepared a where is it? A set of questions for you to get started, icebreaker. And you can just answer it like where you were born, where are you currently living, your hobbies, favorite book, and then you can reply under them. For example, over here, Beatrix has mentioned about where she's from. Like you can take inspiration from other people. And for example, for Srishti, I want to reply with her that I don't like this particular movie. It's too overrated for me. So I can say that like I love this particular movie. I love this movie, Tangled, but I think Jab We Met is overrated. And then you can have this conversation going with your colleagues that maybe you have some common points to discuss. So this is the whole point of community discussion board, to have a community discussions over there. Under announcements, not everyone will be able to post here, but you can reply. Only admin members can share here the announcements. For example, hey everyone, all right, and the meeting has started. Please join now. And maybe I will paste a link over here. And then it will notify everyone across time zones. And then the members can reply under thread. Can you please look? Let me in, I'm in the waiting room, or XYZ. All right, so I will have to delete all these demonstrative messages later on, but for now, this is the gist of it. All the other features, let me see if I have covered everything. You can see date here, time here, reactions, emojis covered, attachments. You can attach your files, for example, click here, and I can upload from my computer. Let's say I have to upload an Excel file, or maybe how to use Slack, a PDF. I will just upload it and share it with everyone with my message, whatever. Okay, so you have all the options to upload. You can send a record of video clip or a audio clip. You can also do a voice call or a video call and share your screen. But for that, we are going to upgrade our plan. I'm not sure if we are going to, but if we upgrade our plan, we should be able to do it. And the voice call and video call along with screen sharing while doing that. Next. Okay. Finally, this is your profile. You can edit it. For example, looks a bit professional. I might want to change it to be a bit informal. So let's see. Upload photo. Let's pick this one. And just a bit. Looks good, right? And save it. You can keep it professional if you want. It's all up to you. All right. For display name, it's up to you. Like if you want whatever you want people to call you. For example, if you have a nickname, you can change it to Chris, or if you want to be only called by the first name, just do it however you feel like. Title, for example, if you are a student, just write student over here. If you're a faculty member, just mention professor, assistant professor, or faculty. Or if you're an ambassador, you can write ambassador over here. It's up to you. It's to write the name pronunciation. I won't go deep into it. So that's how it is. One more thing, you can change the notification setting. So you can pause it for an hour or something, and do a custom pause notification. And you can also set the schedule for notification. So every day from this time to this time, I would like to receive notification. But keep in mind to not be too much choosy with the notification timeline. You want to make sure that you are receiving all the notifications from
Yes,
the
exactly.
time.
I would say you're allowed to change the notification settings after the event has finished. So you must be sure that you receive every day all the notifications from the ambassador's team. Yeah.
Yep, that's all from my side. If you have any questions, feel free to fire them.
Thank you, Drew. Thank you very much. Is there any question regarding Slack?
No, maybe let's say that it's better, of course, if you're able to download the Slack app on your mobile phone so that you're able to check it constantly, even on campus.
So right now we will open this session for Q&A regarding anything that you guys may want to ask. Is there any questions related to the program? Is everything all right?
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
You able to hear me?
Yes.
Nice. I'm Chancellor Burr from the U.S. I'm calling you from North Carolina right now. So I had a question about the Slack. Nice. Professor Tart. So I was looking on the website as well as the app, right? And this looks like it encompasses what WhatsApp would do, and it's looking like a better option than WhatsApp. Would the app work as like the emails as well? It's like when we receive emails, would that also come through the announcements part on the app? Because like my school, we're converting from Gmail over to Microsoft Teams. So I'm not sure when that's going to happen. I don't want to just not have access to my stuff for a bit.
Sorry, can you repeat that question?
Yeah.
Exactly.
With the emails that we're receiving, would they come through the announcement part on Slack?
Not exactly. So the thing is, if you send an email, it will be sent to your email. You won't be receiving that on your Slack. All the announcements on Slack, you will have to have that platform installed in your mobile phone, or you see it regularly through your browser or on your laptop. Do I answer your question?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, because what we aim to do is basically, so we will post the news, anything related to the event on Slack. So this is why I was saying that Slack is our primary means of communication, right? So it can happen that you will receive, I don't know, Zoom links through email, right? But anything concerned the event itself will be posted on Slack. So therefore, I was saying, be sure you have your settings active so that you are always updated.
So just an example, when we were in Canada, there was one particular day where we were supposed to be touring the city of Canada with the city commissioners, I believe, or the municipalities. And at 6:30 in the morning, I made a decision to change the uniform or the dress of the day because it was going to be raining. So I had to notify Madalena, to notify all of the ambassadors, to WhatsApp all of their teams to make sure that everybody changes from professional dress, because we were supposed to go to the town hall and visit with like high level people, to switch it to business casual and make sure that they have proper shoes like sneakers, because it's going to be raining and we're going to need raincoats and umbrellas. And that was a very last minute change. And we need to be able to do that on one message. Okay. So that's why we need everybody on Slack.
Thank you.
And Madalena, this is Tim. I think what some of them are asking though is whether we can, if we use Slack, we can use that for everything, like the emails we're sending to them now. They've now got to look at least 2 different places to find information. Is that possible, that everything from this day forward goes through Slack?
Yes, I think this is what we are aiming to actually. So is it right, Rafa? So basically we will reduce the amount of emails to the very minimum, right? So that we will post any kind of info on Slack, as Dr. B said.
But beginning when?
Beginning from, I said, from the
weekend.
this weekend. So
This weekend.
over the weekend, everybody will receive the Slack link. So over the weekend at the latest, maybe even today, I don't know, according to when Dhruv is available to do that. But yes, from next week on, I think we will be ready to start using just Slack, or Slack most of all, yes.
Just think of this as another opportunity to learn. I'm going to be learning too. I was complaining. It's like, really, Madalena, Raphael, one more source of information that I need.
Plus one from me.
I'm like, do I really need to learn something else? And you know what? They pitched me. They said, we're going to train everybody and we're going to use this because it's the most efficient, it's the most effective, and it's going to be great. And you know what? Dr. Vast and I were the kind of leaders where we want you guys to teach us some new stuff. So we're also going to be learning. I think Professor Muth is also going to be learning. Yes, you have to be on Slack.
I'm still waiting for a envelope with a stamp on it.
No, we all have to learn. This is all a learning, process for all of us.
but feel free to exchange your emails as you want. So for example, for me, one of the sort of dilemmas or concerns was, can we just simply release the list of emails, all 150 or whatever the number of students, so that you can connect with one another? And so there was obviously concern about privacy. So we didn't expect you to start spamming each other's, inboxes with some, some spam and stuff like that. But the concern was that if we release the full list, many of you will be then contacting large numbers of people. They will be replying all, and before you know it, you'll have hundreds of emails in your inbox, most of which don't even concern you. And so it was more, not so much that we don't trust you to treat the email list with respect and not, send anything inappropriate, but rather quickly enough, your email boxes will be overflooded with the email traffic that you don't need. But then once you connect in Slack, feel free to exchange emails or phone numbers or WhatsApp numbers, whatever your preferred method, with the people with whom maybe you want to do some pre-event travel together, or maybe during the event, some things together. So no problem at all. It's not like you must keep all the communication in Slack.
But for the purpose of our conference, from now until 1 week post conference, really do try your hardest to participate in Slack, because again, it's one more technology we're learning, and it is going to be the main source of information for everyone. This is how we're going to feed it to everybody. Mada, I think we have a question from Alfred.
Alfred, yes.
Go ahead, Alfred.
You're muted.
I just want to know, okay, Slack, this is new when it comes to Africa, okay? I want to know the security implications, because you see, we're in here, okay, people can tap, okay, so just maybe someone hacked my account and want to feed into the data, like say the group that we formed, okay, how we can protect it. I just want to know how best we can protect it, that's it, when it comes to the security implications.
Personally, I don't know. Dhruv, do you have an answer?
Mehta, can you rephrase the question? I think the audio was chopping for me.
So
Okay,
yes, go on.
yeah, I'm saying that, yeah, down here, okay, if people hack into, like, say, WhatsApp groups, okay, people can hack into. So that maybe the eventuality happens and someone hack into the account. I don't want anyone to hack into the Slack account. So straight to WhatsApp, okay, we have a means of saying that no one can hack into the account. So the Slack, I want to know the security level when it comes to protecting it.
That's a very good question, Alfred, and that is also one of the advantage of using Slack, that it cannot be hacked because you are not sharing your mobile phone number over there. You are using it with your email address. And we used WhatsApp for our coaching program like more than 2 years back, and we had this similar situation of phishing and hacking. Not exactly hacking, but there were some malware links shared among the participants. Then we switched to Slack, and we never faced similar issues ever. So it is much more safer and secure as compared to WhatsApp, that I can assure you.
Guaranteed.
And also, Alfred, anything that we're going to require. So for example, Madalena is asking for very private information, such as, you know, your passport and information or your date of birth. We need that for our program, but we're not collecting that through Slack. We're actually collecting that. Madalena, are we using Qualtrics? Something
No,
that's
yes, actually, so Denise and Luis prepared a specific form. Actually, we were planning to send out an email, but if you want, we can send it out through Qualtrics.
Yeah. So, and if we use a separate account for like important information, right? Then your information won't be on Slack. Again, those are detailed information that we need, like insurance policies and things like that. We need that for our liability. That won't be, we won't be using Slack to collect that information. Okay.
Any last question? Otherwise, we are way over the time. Last question. Any other question? So we can end the session. Okay, just one thing. For those who didn't receive your roommates or teammates email, please send an email to professionals email so I can send to you again. Okay, let me just
I want to say something else about the roommate situation.
Sure.
I mean, I know a lot of you guys already have anxieties about getting to know another person and sharing your personal space. And honestly, this is one very rare opportunity. It's 7 days long, okay? It's one rare opportunity that you will get to know another person from another country, potentially another country, because actually we have 33% of our student body are Americans. So some of you guys might be roomed with somebody who is also an American. However, keep in mind that everybody that you meet and you become close friends with through this event is going to be your friend for life. It is an opportunity for you to grow your network globally. So I don't want you to be averse to learning in another country, learning another culture, getting accustomed to another person, you know, your living space, you know, if you don't want it to be violated, it's not like that at all. It's 7 days with a roommate in the same location in a nice hotel. And honestly, you're not going to be there much. You're going to be there to sleep and eat breakfast, and then you're out. Right? So again, do your best to be open. Be open. This will not happen again. And I really want you guys to take every opportunity to get to know another person from another country, another walk of life, another perspective, another point of view. Okay. And someday you will be so grateful that you have made all of these connections.
Okay, thank you, Dr. B. And that's it for today, guys. Good luck with your team. The program has already started. Okay, so see you
Yeah.
guys in 1 month, right?
In 1 month, yeah, in 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you guys. Thank you everyone. Bye bye.
Thank you, Rafael, for organizing the meeting and everyone else. Yeah, thank you.
Bye bye.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye. Bye.
See you on Slack.